Hello my dear students, today we have to study about a very important topic, superposition of charges. Okay my dear students, so the statement of superposition of charges states that, my dear students, the total force on given charge is the vector sum of forces exerted on it due to another charges. It means that my dear students, अगर कहीं पर कोई एक चार्ज है और उसके चारों तरफ बहुत सारे चार्जेस हैं, तो on that charge, on that specific charge, there are lots of forces exerted on it, and we have to find the total vector sum of that charges, my dear students. So we have to understand it by the diagram. So I am going to make a diagram and you have to understand it very thoroughly. Okay my dear students? Okay, I am going to make the xy plane. Okay, it is the y axis and it is the x axis, my dear students. X axis and y axis. You all know about that. It is the origin. We suppose that here is a charge q1 and here will be a charge q2 and here will be the charge q3 and there is another charge qn, q3, q2 and it is a charge q1. And the position vector of q1, my dear students, is, we can draw like this, and the position vector of q2 will be this, and the position vector of q3 will be this, and the position vector of qn will be this. We can write the position vector of q1 is vector r1. The position vector of r2 will be vector r2, and the position vector of r3 will be vector r3, my dear students, and the position vector of qn will be vector rn. Okay my dear students, so suppose that we have to find the forces, all the forces acting by the charges at q1. Okay, so we have to find the forces acting at q1. Okay my dear students, so due to charge q2 there will be a force acting on q1, that will be, my dear students, F12. F12 shows that the force acting 1 due to charge q2, the force acting charge q1 due to charge q2, that will be force F12. Okay, now there will be another force acting due to charge q3, my dear student, then that will be like this, and this force will be, my dear students, F13. Why F13? Because of that the force acting at q1 due to charge q3, that will be F13. Okay, my dear students, there will be another charge q1, qn. So there is another force acting at charge q1, and that will be, my dear students, like this. F1n, vector F1n. Vector means मतलब हमारे पास ऐसे सब forces की directions है, my dear students. So that force will be F1n. Because of that, the force acting at q1 due to charge qn, my dear students. Okay, so now we have to define the position vectors from the both the charges, So the position vector from the charge q2 to charge q1 will be, my dear student, r21, vector r21. It means that r2 to r1, the force, the direction of force will be r2 to r1, so that will be r21, and here will be 3 1. It means that the direction of force is Q3 to Q1. Okay, and here will be, my dear students, R1N. The direction of force, the position of force will be from Qn to Q1. Okay, that will be R vector R1N. So, my dear students, if we suppose that the net force acting at Q1 is, if the net force acting at charge Q1 is vector F1. ओके माय डियर स्टूडेंट, इसका मतलब अगर ये सारे चार्जेस अगर इस पॉइंट पर काम कर रहे हैं, देन उसका नेट चार्ज अगर F1 है, यानी कि सबका सम वो F1 है, देन व्हाट विल बी द F1? So before we have to find the F1, we have to find all the forces separately. Okay, so first of all we have to find force F12, force F13, force F1n, then the total vector sum will be F1. So now the force F12, vector F12 will be by the Coulomb's vector law, my dear students, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R21 का स्क्वायर R21 का कैप. That R21 cap is a unit vector that shows the direction of that force. Okay, my dear students. Similarly, the force F13 will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q3 upon R31 square R31 cap. Okay, my dear students, and there will be another force F1n is also acting on the charge Q1. So the force, again the force F1n, vector F1n is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Qn upon R n1 square R n1 cap. My dear students, the force F1 due to both the charges Q1 and Qn, the force F13 due to the charges Q1 and Q3, and the force F12 due to the charges Q1 and Q2. That's why the charges are writing in that formula. Okay, so I have already written the net force acting at point Q1 is vector F1, and the statement said, my dear students, the total force on given charge is the vector sum. Vector sum matlab we have to add all the forces or the vector forces. So we can write here the net force vector F1 on charge Q1 will be vector F1 is equal to vector F12 plus vector F13 plus vector F1n. My dear students, now we have to put all the values of vector F12, vector F13, vector F11 in this equation. So our equation becomes, so now I am going to write beta, putting the value of vector F12, vector F13 and vector f1n in above equation. It means that all these value is going to put in the above equation. So our equation becomes vector f1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 upon r21 square r21 cap plus 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q3 upon r31 square r31 cap. Okay, plus my dear students dot 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 dot. Now I am going to put the value of f1n 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q1 qn upon r n1 square upon r n1 cap. Okay, here you can see, my dear students, the 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught is the common in all the terms. So we have to take the common 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Then the net force becomes vector f1 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught within the big bracket q1 q2 upon r21 square r21 cap plus q1 q3 upon r31 square r31 cap plus dot 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 q1 qn upon r n1 square r n1 cap. My dear students, this is the net force. This is the net force, my dear students, which is acting at the charge q1. Okay, this is the net force acting at the charge q1 due to all the charges. And my dear students, it is very important topic. It is very important, you can say, the derivation of the first chapter, electric field and charges. And my dear students, similarly you can find all the forces at the different charges. You can also write the, you can also find the charge at charge, you can also find the force at charge q2, that will be vector f2, and that will be similarly like this. Okay, and if you are going to find the force at charge q3, then that will be, my dear students, the vector f3, and that formula very easily you can find like vector f3 also. So I hope you understand the very important topic, and we will meet in the next classroom. Till then, have a very good day, have a very nice day. Thank you so much, my dear students.